Form 10th, Unit 2, Controversial Issues. Theme of the lesson, Ways of Comparing. Lesson Outcomes. Understand the meaning of transition words. Recognize differences between comparison and contrast transition words. Learn comparison and contrast transition words. Demonstrate the abilities of using transition words. Task 1. Think over and answer. What are transitions and how are they used? Transitions are phrases or words used to connect one idea to the next. Transitions are used by the author to help the reader progress from one significant idea to the next. Transitions also show a relationship within a paragraph or within a sentence between the main idea and the support the author gives for those ideas. Different transitions do different things. Task 2. Watch and do the task after
Compare
watching.
means to identify similarities between two or more things. To contrast means to identify differences. As an example, we're going to use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast lions and zebras. A Venn diagram is a useful tool to help organize similarities and differences. We might note some similarities such as both animals have 4 legs, they're both found in Africa, and both are mammals. As for differences, zebras are black and white, lions are a yellowy gold. Zebras migrate, lions don't. Lions eat meat, they're carnivores, while zebras eat plants, they're herbivores. We can use the term comparing more broadly to refer to finding both similarities and differences. Authors often compare and contrast ideas and subjects within texts, and it's our job to make sense of the comparisons they've made. Identifying signal words within texts makes comparing easier. Let's have a look at some words that authors use to compare and contrast. These words or phrases are used to compare, in other words, to highlight similarities. Also, to, similar, both, alike, same, similarly, in the same way. For example, lions and zebras are alike in that they are mammals. These words or phrases are used to contrast, that is, to highlight differences. But, different, differ, in contrast, whereas, on the other hand, however. For example, zebras are herbivores, whereas lions are carnivores. Here is a text comparing 2 video game systems, the GameStation 4 and the Pocket Play. Can you see any compare and contrast signal words? Pause here while you look. Here's one. The word unlike tells us the author is identifying a difference. Can you see which difference the author is referring to? It says the Pocket Play is available in different colors. This means the GameStation 4 is not. Here's another signal word I found. However. This word tells us the author is identifying another difference. The Game Station 4 has more memory and better graphics than the Pocket Play. Here's another signal word, both. It tells us that there is a similarity. Can you see what it is? They are similar in that they are both powerful. I also found the word similarly. This word tells us that the author is highlighting how the two systems are similar. They both have online play. There are more similarities and differences. Not all of them have signal words identifying them. Pause here while you look for more. Here are the similarities and differences I found. Which system do you think you'd prefer? Why? Justify your answer by comparing the two.
Do the task by using Venn diagram to compare and contrast cat and dog. Task 3. Rewrite and learn words that are used to compare and words that are used to contrast. To compare: also, as, in the same way, like, likewise, similarly, comparable, equally, in addition. To contrast: although, but, even though, however, on the other hand, otherwise, yet, still, conversely, as opposed to, different from, whereas.
Task 4. Fill the gap using the appropriate transition words. 1. Australia came first for the crime rate in 1980. This rate then dropped dramatically. 2. Europeans and Americans each comprise 25% of the total. The figure of Africa is lower, at 10%. 3. It is obvious that the majority of Spanish people prefer to holiday at home. The Italians prefer to holiday at home too. 4. The USA consumed the highest volume of electricity in 2011. Australia used the least amount of electricity.
5. It is clear that the majority of Australians spend their holiday abroad. Italians opted for staying in their country. 6. Dr. Martin Luther King's speech inspired a generation. 7. My vacation to the beach was also peaceful and fun, just like my week at summer camp. Once again, watch the video and fix the grammar material.
Compare and contrast transitions are very important. We can compare and contrast using Venn diagrams in class, and we can also do it in our writing. These transitions are used to indicate if ideas are similar or different. Here are some examples. California was first explored by the Spanish in 1542. However, Spain didn't establish a presence in the area until 1769. The word however tells the reader that the first idea is different, or in contrast to the first idea. Another example is, plows were a valuable trade good for the missions. Similarly, other iron objects such as nails and saws also had high value. The transition word similarly tells the reader that plows had similar value to other iron objects within the mission system. You may recognize the transition also from our addition slide. Some transition words can be used for different purposes, so be aware of this. Some other transitions you can use are although, but, nevertheless, yet, instead, likewise, in comparison, and even so. Now we come to examples. Very straightforward. We are all familiar with these transitions, which are used to indicate an example is about to be given. For example, Tony taught me the value of hard work. For example, I had chores to do every day after school. The chores I had to do are an example of the hard work that I value. You should make a connection here to our opinion writing unit. Some other transitions you can use in this case are, for instance, specifically, such as, and to illustrate.
Now let's conclude. I have learned about the information about was useful. Now I can.